When Lanzini signed his new contract, my mate Frankie was very sceptical about it. He said to me, he's only signing this to give him a bit of security, to give the board some security. He's off in January. I thought, no, don't be silly. If you remember, the contract was in a funny situation. The board thought they had security in the form of a 2-year option. He had a year remaining on his contract, which finished at the end of this current season. Then the board thought they could activate a 2-year extension on top of that. Lanzini and his advisors were absolutely disputing it. So there was rumours, nothing official, but rumours that Lanzini's team were going to contest it legally through whatever tribunal, courts, however this sort of thing is done. Now, whilst the club felt confident that they would be able to nail Lanzini down and that it was legally watertight, it wasn't a situation that was healthy for anybody. You can't have a situation where a player is taking action against a club and expect it to end well. So they got the contract done. It was announced they ruled out Lanzini. The media team did their job. We all saw pictures of him signing his contract. Much more money, on 100 grand a week, up from the 30 or so that he was on. Happy days. Everybody was happy. Fast forward now, and you get to a point where he's being linked with Juventus. Now, I believe what you want about the rumours. Apparently, money plus Emre Can for Lanzini. But it just cast my mind back to when Frankie messaged me and he said, I'm telling you, he's off. He also said at the time, he said he's going to pretty much down tools. You won't see the same Lanzini. He's going to play within himself. This is not about him committing any future to West Ham. This is about him getting a deal elsewhere. So I just thought, well, you know, I don't know, maybe no smoke without fire. But I don't want him to go. And I think it's really easy to have short memories, particularly when things are going badly. Lanzini clearly is not in the form that we all remember him being. I think possibly even the pinnacle of his form, ridiculously, was under David Moyes. David Moyes did play defensive, yes he did, but he'd switched Marko Arnautovic to play as a striker with Lanzini right next to him. And they wreaked and caused absolute havoc. And remember David Moyes actually saying that he'd heard rumours about Lanzini, heard he was a decent player, but until he actually got and trained onto the training ground and trained with him, he didn't realise how good he was. So we know there's a player in there. And just because, since he's had the long-term injury, he's come back and he's not firing on all cylinders, I still don't want him to go. What happens if he does go? We get rid of him? Are we honestly confident that whoever comes in as his replacement is going to be better than Lanzini? I'm still waiting for him to click. It's not just a Lanzini issue. Of course, there's a lot of players that aren't clicking. So there's other things going on. As I've mentioned, the team needs to attack more. The shape needs to be better. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things we could do to get Lanzini firing. I certainly don't think the first thing we should be doing is selling him to Juventus. But we might not even buy a replacement. His replacement might already be in the club. His replacement might be Paulo Fornals. Well, he doesn't look like he can cut it. I hope for the best. I mean, Gio said on a recent video that he likes to give him a year before judging him. And I think that a lot of players that come into the league do need a year to settle. I agree with him on that. Should we judge him on his capabilities to play in the Premier League so soon as now? No. But what we can judge him on is his suitability to play as West Ham's main attacking midfielder right now and for the remainder of the season. And I don't think it's there. We've also got the situation where he's not really nailed down a position yet. The manager might even think he's a winger or a wide player. So I just don't see really the reasoning behind selling Lanzini. If we are, and if we are at all. Maybe Juventus make us an offer that we can't refuse. But then what do we do with that money? There's rumours that we're interested in Olivier Giroud on a short-term deal. That one puzzled me. Good player, Giroud. Really, really good player. But what is he if you break down Giroud? Giroud's a target man who's slow. He's not going to run in behind the defenders. So where does that leave Sebastian Haller? You're not going to play him on the pitch at the same time. I mean, you're just not. I mean, let's be fair, we don't put on enough crosses, really, for one target man. So it's pointless having two of them on the pitch at the same time. If you're going to do something and bring another striker in, which I do think we need to do something different. Give other options. So if Sebastian Haller's got to come off, then something's not worked. Put someone quick in. Put someone who runs in behind defenders. Get someone tricky in. Or if Sebastian Haller stays on the pitch and we're looking to chase the game with another additional striker, which, you know, we should really be doing more, bearing in mind we seem to be in losing positions in a lot of games lately. Bring in someone that can complement him. If you bring Giroud in, you can't play him at the same time as Haller. They'll both be going for the same balls. It doesn't make any sense. Even though it doesn't make sense, I do actually believe in the link. And I also think if you bring someone like Giroud in, whilst Giroud might be happy to sit on the bench at Chelsea, I don't think he's going to be happy to sit on the bench at West Ham. You bring in a player as prestigious with an international reputation like Olivier Giroud has got, he's going to want to play. Again, where does that leave Haller? Where does that leave us? It just seems the whole policy lacks a little bit of foresight. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. And just with the rumours starting to surround Huselos and Pellegrini, the whispers that are starting to come out of the club. I'm not going to go too much into that because Gio has said something that is bang on the money, which I want to leave for him to say his take on the rumours that Huselos might be getting the sack. So I want to leave that to Gio to talk about that. But these are strange times, very, very strange times indeed. I don't want Lanzini to go. I don't want Frankie to be right. But then again, Frankie did also say, as soon as we signed Pellegrini, he said this is not the man for the job. He said he's in retirement. He's in retirement in China. We shouldn't be getting this guy in. Calls him Fagan, actually. What can we do? We keep Lanzini. I certainly think that's the case. And we do not get Olivier Giroud.